All right. What's going on, everybody? Hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Ravens flock, buckle up, because today we're talking about our MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Today, Lamar talked with the media via online chat, and they asked him a lot of things. They asked him about his offseason plans, what he's been doing, how he's been working on his game, his workout with Antonio Brown, as well as a lot of other things. So there was a couple things I took away from that interview, and we're going to talk about them today. So let's get these two out the way. First of all, you guys see the title of the video. During this interview, Lamar revealed to them that he is on the cover for Madden 21. That wasn't something that was officially said by Madden yet, but he basically revealed it here, which I find to be hilarious. Lamar keeps it real and he tells the truth, so I'm not mad at him about saying that, though Madden got a little bit salty about it by what they posted on Twitter, but we ain't gonna get on that. So yeah, he revealed he's going to be on the cover for Madden 21, which surprises absolutely no one. I think we all knew Lamar was going to be on the cover for Madden 21. Pretty sure that debate was settled after the spin move he pulled off in Cincinnati. All he really had to do for the rest of the season was just not play bad throughout the rest of the games, which he didn't. He played fantastic, but like that spin move against Cincinnati to score that touchdown basically solidified him being the face of Madden 21. We all knew that at that point. So that's not really a big surprise. So that's out the way. The other thing was Lamar retweeting the president's tweet about him. That blew up on Twitter and that caused a bunch of political battles, which I don't want to get into. I don't talk politics on this channel. You will never hear me talk politics on this channel, so we're not going to talk much about that. All I'll say is this. Lamar tweeted in response to Trump's praise to the Ravens for picking Lamar Jackson. So that's all he did. He didn't talk about anything political. His tweet was not political. He was just showing appreciation to Trump for saying that he was a good pick for the Ravens. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not going to get into it anymore. I'll leave it to the people who like talking about politics, what you think about that, but I'm not taking anything more from that. All right, so let's get down to business. The first thing I want to talk about is what we learned from this interview in terms of the workout Lamar Jackson had with both Antonio Brown and Hollywood Brown. Just like many of us said, Lamar in this workout with Antonio Brown didn't really talk to Antonio Brown. It was just a workout. When these reports first came out and we first saw the videos, everyone was starting to make speculations like, oh man, Lamar's hanging out with the bad crowd. He's hanging out with Antonio Brown. It's going to be all this bad stuff. And I'm like, it's just a workout. It was just a workout. They were just trying to get better, and that was it. Lamar confirmed that in this interview today. He didn't really have a chance to talk to Antonio Brown much of the day. All he really did for the most part was just work out. They got there on the field, and they got straight to work. So that was it. It was just a workout. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's confirm that. He also said that he wouldn't mind if Antonio Brown ends up coming to the Ravens and getting signed by them, but he doesn't make the decisions. That's really left up to DeCosta and the front office there. Now, you guys already know my opinions about Antonio Brown and the whole situation here and him coming to Baltimore. I've said it on several occasions. If he's going to come here, not cause any problems on and off the field, do his job, be part of the team, be part of the brotherhood, and just be just a normal dude that does his job, just like any other Raven, I have no problems with him coming here. However, I don't believe he's going to do that. What gives me hope he can is because Hollywood Brown is here. And when you got family on the team, that kind of motivates you to at least, kind of cool off and chill out. Especially when that cousin or family member that's there can come to you when you're wilding out and just say, hey, yo, cuz, chill. You got a good thing here. You're trying to get back into the NFL, trying to fix your reputation in the public. Just focus on playing football, not try to do any mess, and just control yourself on and off the field. When family tells you that, it's easier to listen than if someone else tells you that. So that's the one thing that Ravens fans can hope. Like, if he was to come on this team, at least knowing that both Lamar and especially Hollywood's on this team, at least AB would try to control himself and not cause too much problems. So that's really where I stand on the specific position with this. But really, Lamar is saying he doesn't mind Antonio Brown being here. I don't really think it'd be a problem because I think him and Hollywood would be able to handle it. I just said I don't want him on the team if he's going to cause problems. But I'm not going to lie, he's got the talent. I just don't want all the character issues to come into that locker room and cause problems. If he's going to act right and he's going to be another one of the team, just another one of the players on the team, I'm cool with him being here. But if he's going to start causing all these other issues, we don't need that in Baltimore. Just as simple as that. Another thing that they discussed here was Lamar's offseason plans and what he's doing and how he's been working out. So what we learned here is that he has not actually met up with his quarterback coach yet because of the quarantine. But for this season, this offseason, Lamar is mostly focused on improving his mental game, learning the playbook, watching film, just improving as a quarterback, improving on his timing, improving on his passes outside the numbers, improving on his deep throws, just both the mental and physical game. We saw that in the workout with Antonio Brown, in fact, where with both Antonio Brown and Hollywood Brown. If you saw a lot of the throws they were making, it was all outside the numbers. And you can see from that practice, especially the throws to Antonio Brown, he needs some work there. But, you know, part of that is him needing work, and the other part of that is the timing with him and Antonio Brown is not there. When you saw the throws he was making to Hollywood, for the most part, they were getting there. They were pretty solid throws. Those outside throws to Hollywood were pretty solid, and that's because he has that work and that timing with Hollywood. But with Antonio Brown, it wasn't really there. So, yeah, Lamar still needs work throwing the ball outside the numbers and throwing it outside the numbers deep. But, you know, mostly he's focused on this offseason on improving everything and just getting better mentally in the game, you know, like taking a page from Tom Brady, learning the playbook, watching film, learning the maneuvers of the defense, being able to read the defense, being able to read coverages. That's what Lamar wants to improve on. So that's a good thing to hear. I'm glad to see that he's taking his time in the offseason to work on this because, you know, if he can do that, man, it's going to be spectacular. Another thing that was discussed here was obviously the playoff loss. That Titans playoff loss was tough. And Lamar himself, he knows. He's using that playoff loss as motivation to get better. And in fact, he addressed all the haters today. He didn't directly, you know, talk about them. But when it came to, I believe it was a question about after winning MVP, where do you go from here? And he said the sky's the limit. But the first thing he wants to do is win a playoff game. Because he's been hearing all the talks about him being 0-2 in the playoffs. And it's getting tired. He's getting sick of hearing that. So he wants to get that out the way, win a playoff game. I believe what he said was, like, I'm getting sick and tired of hearing that. And when I hear something like this about me not winning a playoff game, it irritates me. And it continues to irritate me until I get it done. It was something around the lines of that. So I'm glad to see Lamar is still motivated. This is a guy that does not like to lose. He wants to continue to improve and get better and to win at the highest level. His goal is to win a Super Bowl. He wants to bring a championship to Baltimore. And he's going to do everything in his power to improve as a player and as a leader of this team. So I love that our quarterback is making these moves. I love that our quarterback is thinking like this. You just gotta love what Lamar is doing, man. Also, because of the quarantine, like what I talked about when he's wanting to watch film, he also wanted to do that with the receivers, but because of this whole quarantine situation, you can't really do that. We also don't know what's going to happen, if we're actually going to be able to have OTAs or anything. So we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's good to hear that Lamar Jackson is making those improvements, working on his game, both physically and mentally, especially the mentally game, being able to read those coverages and understand defenses. I'm glad he is making those improvements. But yeah, for the most part, he's just looking to win. He's looking to take this team to a Super Bowl and hopefully win. Lamar is still Lamar. He's making those improvements. And I like what I heard overall. They asked him a bunch of other questions like what he's doing, like how is he practicing, how is the time over there in Florida. It was a bunch of other random questions. They asked him a couple things about Madden. And in fact, he talked about the Madden curse as well because, you know, we already know Lamar isn't afraid of any curse. So he was going to be in the cover of Madden 1 if they offered it. He said it back then, and obviously he took the deal now. But he did talk, they did bring up how Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl as well. And, you know, he was also on the cover of Madden. And Lamar's like, man, I want to curse like that too. If Patrick Mahomes was on the cover of Madden and he ended up winning the Super Bowl, I want to curse like that too. But then again, you know, the fans will talk about how, well, yeah, Mahomes did win the Super Bowl, but he did get affected by the curse, specifically because he got injured and missed a couple weeks. Hopefully Lamar doesn't get injured next season, but you know how people think about the curses and everything. As long as Lamar stays healthy, this Ravens team has a chance to compete for a championship, and that's just what you can hope for. But yeah, other than that, overall, the interview was basically asking a bunch of the same questions. It was just dealing with Madden, the whole Twitter fiasco, improvements he's making, what he hopes to gain during this offseason, what he hopes to do if there is a regular season. He also talked about they also asked him questions related to, like, how would you feel playing games with no fans in the stadium, and he was like, I don't really know how that feels, and I don't really think that's gonna happen because it's kind of weird to just have games like that. So yeah, other than that, there was pretty much the same repetitive questions they asked. They really asked like 3 or 4 topics, so, and we've already addressed all of them. So overall, you can say from this interview, Lamar's still Lamar. Lamar is going to continue to make improvements. Oh wait, one last thing. They asked him about the draft and how do you think the Ravens should approach this draft? And he said, well, I want them to draft the best players that are going to help us win a championship. But the first thing they got to do is make sure that we have a player to replace Marshall Yanda. Then after that, just bring in players that can help improve this team and help our chances to win a championship. So I like that mentality. It seems like the mentality Lamar has is very similar to the mentality DeCosta has, because I know DeCosta is going to be looking to replace Marshall Yanda's spot, but he's also going to be looking for the best players available in this draft to help this team win a championship. So definitely looking forward. I know DeCosta is going to get a receiver. I know it. Maybe in the second round, but he's going to get a receiver. He's probably going to get a linebacker. We'll just see. I can't wait. The draft is this week. It's Thursday the 23rd. I cannot wait for that draft. I want to see what DeCosta is going to do. So it should be fantastic. I can't wait to see the picks we have. I can't wait to see the guys we're going to have. And yeah, it should be fun. Overall, from this interview, you just take away that Lamar's still Lamar. Lamar's doing his thing. He's making improvements. He wants to get better in every aspect of the game, and he's working hard to do so. Whenever he has the time, he's going to try to work with his quarterback coach, but, you know, this quarantine has made it difficult for him to be able to do that. I'm sure they're working on trying to get that figured out and try to get some sessions going on, but we'll see. Lamar's still Lamar, doing his thing, making improvements, trying to get better, and doing whatever it takes to help him and his team win a championship. And that's all you can ask from Lamar. So yeah, that is my takeaway from the interview from today. I'm a mess. I'm feeling it right now. In fact, I'm probably gonna make a video about this afterward. I'm feeling this right now because you don't understand how many takes it has taken me to do this. It is so difficult making videos in a house filled with people because of this quarantine. So many times I've had to stop a video midway because someone in this house wants to come down here and disturb my peace. So I'm not going to talk about how many takes it took me to make this video. Just know this video's out. I appreciate you guys watching it. I appreciate all the love and support. And yeah, I just do what I got to do. That's all I got. And I'm out of here. Peace.